Rules over what are considered the waters of the United States may seem like an obscure or even irrelevant question, but Montana agricultural organizations say for farmers and ranchers it's more than just academic.
WOTUS really did put ranchers and agricultural producers in a very difficult position. It was kind of like a ping pong game. We kept seeing rules changing and going back and forth, expansion, reduction.
Rayleigh Honeycutt is Executive Vice President of the Montana Stock Growers Association. They and other agricultural groups celebrated in 2023 when a U.S. Supreme Court case scaled back what could be considered a water of the U.S. Now the Trump administration is proposing a rule to continue those changes.
Really what Montana stock growers was asking for, as well as the larger livestock community, was some certainty and clarity in the rules so that people could continue to plan and make business decisions based off those rules.
The Federal Clean Water Act says agencies like the EPA have jurisdiction over waters of the U.S., and a wide variety of land use activities there may require a federal permit. Honeycutt says one of the major concerns for agricultural producers was whether federal regulations extended to ephemeral bodies that don't have water all year.
At one point in time, we were talking about puddles of water that had standing water on it being navigable and being under the authority of the EPA. And so what we're really seeing is some common sense approach to when there's water standing because it's rained a lot, that isn't necessarily a body of water that should be regulated by the EPA.
The administration says they want to focus enforcement on, quote, relatively permanent waters. Not everyone is happy with what they're proposing.
This narrow interpretation isn't based on science. It's based on essentially a wish list of how can we do as much as we want everywhere.
Guy Alsenser is executive director of the environmental group Upper Missouri Waterkeeper. He says the new proposed rules scale back clean water protections farther than what the Supreme Court required.
If you care about clean and healthy water, you can't just care about the river, you got to care about all of its arteries, which is to say its headwaters and its wetlands.
Alsenser believes the impacts of a more restrictive waters of the U.S. rule on farms and ranches has been overstated.
Federal law has never said a family farmer can't do what they need to do to support ag on their land. What federal law has said is the big industrial scale operators, you got to take responsibility for your pollution.
The EPA will be accepting public comment on changes to the waters of the U.S. rule through January 5th. You can find more information about the rule and how to submit your own comments on our website. In the Helena Valley, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.